Okay, this is the western soapberry. For any of you that want to know the scientific term, Sapindus dromedii. Not too good at my Latin, but that's a nice little tree for this area because it tolerates wind and drought. And that's basically all we have here is wind and drought. So, works out pretty good. The wood is pretty close grained, making it pretty strong. It's a great option. I've made walking sticks, staffs, tool handles, stuff like that out of this. That kind of a flaky bark. Obviously it's January. This has been called a China berry and an Indian soap plant. And the reason they call it Indian soap plant, zoom in there, see if you can see the cluster of berries there. The Indians would use this. They would agitate these berries in some water and it would make a lather, like a foam. It's a soap replacer. That's actually what the natives in this area use this for. The Kiowa Indians use this for bathing. So this is one of my favorite. This is Populus deltoides, the eastern cottonwood. It's the state tree here in Kansas, and it's a pretty awesome tree. Let me move in closer for you. They grow very big. If you're ever passing through Kansas, just look for the really big tree. And that's probably going to be this one. These get very big. They take a lot of water. They can be used as a water indicator. I know for a fact in the spring it floods through here. And there's a long line of cottonwoods growing here. So medicinally, you can make a salve out of the buds in late winter, early spring, March, February. You can see they're starting to, those buds are starting to form. And this is a great fire tree. I use the inner bark for my tinder bundles, for my tinder nest, my fire nest. And I use this tree as well for bow and drill. So, if you've ever had oak furniture, expensive oak furniture, it was probably just a veneer of oak and cottonwood was underneath it. This is used extensively in the furniture business. Okay, this is the common hackberry. Celtis occidentalis. It's often confused with sugarberry, I believe. They're closely related. And the best way to identify these, the knobby bark. I don't know if you can see that, and then the furrowed knobby bark on a mature hackberry. You can actually, I use this for firewood. It's a good firewood wood. You can eat the berries as well. So there's two great uses for it. Some say this stuff is brittle. You can see it breaks off pretty easily, rots out pretty easily. But we've used it for a lot of things here on the farm, from fence posts to tool handles. I think it's a nice, hard, strong wood, and I choose this for my firewood. Alright guys, this is the eastern red cedar, also known as Juniperus virginiana. This is in some areas considered an invasive species. After the Dust Bowl, we started planting these things everywhere. They make great wind belts, great shelter belts for cattle, and they make great fire set materials, great fire starting materials, and they're highly sought after for their insect repellency, cedar chests, things like that. They make pencils out of this stuff. This is actually a nickname, pencil cedar. If you do it right, you can make a nice flat bow or a nice English longbow out of this wood. These ones aren't full grown, but the fruit, let me come over to this baby right here. Sorry for the bouncing. I wish I had a camera that could stop that. Here's some sign right here. Okay, these berries have been used extensively in kidney medications, and I think these are also used in the making of gin. So lots of different uses for this tree. Alright, this is black willow, Salix nigra, and it's an indicator, it's a water indicator with almost 100% probability, in this area at least. If you see one of these, there's water somewhere very close by. These grow along streams, rivers, floodplains, ponds, lakes. Let me see if I can get in closer here. This is an excellent tree. Here's another one down here. You can see those young shoots. Those are wonderful. These young shoots like this, you can use those for making baskets. You can use the bark on those for cordage. You can make a signaling whistle with this tree. This bark has medicinal qualities. The inner bark, and that has medicinal qualities. You can make a tea with that bark. It's pretty bitter. It tastes like crap, but it has a similar chemical compound to aspirin. So that's a great little tree there. I use this, not sure if I said this, for fire bows and fire making. So great tree, great water indicator. That's the black willow. Okay, a great field guide will go a long way, guys. This is Trees of North America. This will help you identify the makeup of a tree, the definition of a tree, how to identify a tree in the field. So I highly recommend you get a good field guide.